Trailer Gang. Good morning, guys. Welcome back to another podcast. Kyle, how you doing today?
I'm doing good, man. We got a few special guests on the show today. We got Chris Williams, we got Berkeley, and we got our boy Marcus Owens. Owens.
You know.
Yo, we got a local rapper in the building. Just trying to get in the game. You know, he's been spitting for a few years. He's just getting ready for everything that's gonna come his way. He goes by Dionte, that's his real name, but his stage name is Marcus Owens. So, Dionte, how you doing today, man?
Man, I'm doing good.
Yeah.
You know, I've just been living life.
Yeah.
Just vibing. Yeah. You know, trying to see the frequencies.
How's this quarantine been helping you in your,
What the Did someone say, okay, Google? Okay, Google, stop.
No, what's playing? It's playing on the TV.
Oh, that's my bad. Yeah, okay. My bad, so okay.
Wait, was that 21?
No.
Bro, what the hell? It's literally playing. No, it was playing 21 by Polo G on Billboard.
Yeah.
That was wild.
That was crazy.
All right, anyway, how's quarantine helped your your music production, man?
Honestly, mentally, I hated it for a while, but now I can say that I've found my sound, you know?
Yeah.
It's been a very difficult process, filing through a lot of trash, and trying to figure out exactly who I am as an artist.
Yeah, and you've been trying to find your sound for 4 or 5 years, just working on all your music and stuff like that, and just throwing just throwing shit out there, honestly.
Yeah, exactly.
It's fucking dope to see that you're comfortable with shit you're putting out now.
And we went to school together, so we saw that growth happen. That's the cool part, man. You know, so did you see the quarantine, all the time that's going on? You got to take that to yourself and just work on what your craft.
Yeah, exactly.
Damn, that's sick.
I think for a while it was 1 to 2 years into me actually rapping, I figured out I should actually just start figuring out how to do this stuff, you know?
Of course.
Pitch, what is that? That's I threw that out the window first year, second year of me rapping, and then it just kind of I was okay, now I can learn this stuff, you know? It's just there to me now.
Yeah.
What's your favorite song you have out right now that you've made?
Right now, I think for right now, it's definitely Want Some More.
Want Some More?
Yeah.
And then the song that we all listened to this morning was Supersonics. How you feeling about that?
The Supersonics, I feel like that is the direction on where I'm going towards. It's about Seattle, you know, it's about the 206. What a great state we live in.
For sure.
But it's also for me to explore exactly what I wanted to do with my voice for a while, you know? It's been a struggle, but now that I can, I hear my shit and I bop my head, you know? I'm okay, this is it, you know?
I listened to it on my phone speaker today, and I was like, oh yeah, I like this. And we listened to it on the loudspeaker, and I was like when we were setting up, before you got here, I was like, this is kind of hard.
Yeah. No,
he's talking about drums and shit.
Yeah.
I was like,
yeah.
We heard it for the first time, and it was great. We really liked it. I mean, what was your reaction when you first kind of saw? Because we were doing the same thing. We started this during quarantine. It's the same thing. We worked on our craft and built this at the same time. How did you kind of view that? And
bro, I saw this as great, bro. I was all of these dudes that I've been in high school with, you know, I might have not talked to all of you guys, but seeing everybody get to work on something, you know, you guys built a community out of this, you know, and you guys are all together working on one goal. And it's getting up there. You guys are getting up there. I know how hard it is to get numbers on the board, you know? Yeah. And to see you guys do it like that, I was like, that is nuts. That is what I need to see out of my dudes. That's it.
Your what you said about the community, you look at all of our YouTube videos, all the comments are Chris equals simp. They've created memes around the people that are here. Yeah. You know, they make jokes about Berkeley and they all know what it's about. It's so cool to be able to see unfold in front of myself, even just seeing how the audience reacts to them.
Well, and Berkeley posts a photo on Instagram. You know, it's it's a normal photo on Instagram, and literally there's 40 comments in there, and they're all fans commenting on
That's dope. That's dope.
And Chris and I walking to QFC today. This lady at the front door, no cap. She literally is the cart lady. She goes, "Hey, you boys are from TheSync, right?"
No way.
I was like, "What?"
Wait, are you serious?
The way she stopped us, I was like, Dude, I ain't still shit yet.
I didn't do anything. My hands are up.
Chilling.
You didn't tell me this, boys.
No, yeah. I guess I forgot. We literally walked in, like, she's like, "Hey, you boys are from TheSync, right? Like, I see you guys' channels, your guys' channels are growing a lot." And I'm like, "Oh, and she's
that
like,
is crazy."
And she's like a 50-year-old lady.
That's
It was
awesome.
gnarly, dude.
So she's the 1%.
Our 1% senior audience.
We
see you.
The Russian cashier at Jackson's, the Russian cashier at Jackson's was just staring me down as soon as I walk in.
Yeah.
And then I look at him.
Well,
I mean,
the same thing fucking happened at the Kirkland waterfront yesterday. Where those
Yeah.
3 fucking kids were literally just staring us 4 down. We
That's
were
so
going to
weird.
Take fucking photos.
that's so dope. That's crazy. Like, I looked through the comments and I was like, they're talking about people I know. Like, that's crazy.
No, yeah, it's definitely wild. So I mean, like when you're, like you're obviously growing right now. I mean, like we've kind of talked about this before. I feel like with like rappers and stuff, it's kind of like a 5-year come up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, like it's a with TikTok, like
grind.
with TikTok, with us, it was literally like a 1 month come up. You know, what I mean, like
TikTok's crazy.
It was just a different niche, and that's why like we took advantage of it.
Yeah.
But like for rapping,
do that
it's
with
a
music.
whole different game.
Yeah.
It's definitely like, it's a learning curve.
Yeah.
It's a very it's a faster learning curve than most like actual jobs, I guess, or like a career, if you want to say that this is a career, I guess. But
Definitely a career, yeah.
it's definitely a lot faster than I would say regular careers. You know, like
Yeah.
it's something that if you sit and put time into, you can grow exponentially. Like in a week, I can see like how far I've grown, and it's something that I keep note of. And I think that like, yeah, with TikTok, like you guys like started in a month, but like you guys figured out whole editing stuff like that. Like you guys probably did something beforehand to like
actually
figure that
it was
stuff out.
super,
You know,
like, so it started with Kai and Chase, the guy you met today. Kai and Chase started this thing, and then Nathan, Chris, and Luke came in, and then Nathan was editing the YouTube videos. Chris was, personality and other thing. And then Berkeley came in, and then like we brought some more boys in because like we were growing so fast that we didn't have the amount of editors for it, right? So like Ethan and Nathan are editing, they're alternating YouTube videos.
Yeah.
David is now editing TikToks. Kai is, Kai's always been editing TikToks the whole time, and then like I run the podcast. Luke edits the video form of the podcast. It's just such a big, wide-span like network
team.
of us, right? And like it's just so cool because there's no planning that you can put into it.
Yeah.
You can plan that morning, but you just never know how that day's gonna go.
Exactly.
Right? There was one day we got 88,000 followers on TikTok that day, and we were like, bro, like it was literally like you would refresh the TikTok page and there would be another 1,000 followers. It was wild.
Yeah. Page after page.
Yeah. Well, because like we kind of our basis for it was when we were at 300,000 followers, our videos would average probably about 250,000 views. But then if you'd have like big ones that blew up, you'd get 1 million, 2 million views on those videos. We had 3 millibomb videos in one day, and it was just like, bro, like what is happening? It was lit, and like we were all just like going crazy. And then like TikTok, we talked about this on our other podcast. TikTok right now they've shadow banned us,
dude.
So it's just like the most brutal thing for us. But the cool thing is like we branched out early enough to grow those other platforms
Like
with
YouTube.
with TikTok, using TikTok because TikTok's free advertising. I mean, that's what it is. It's free advertising. It makes the viewer watch the video. Yeah. With YouTube, we have almost 50K on YouTube.
That's
we
crazy.
are getting on some of our podcasts. We have like 3,000 listeners, and we don't even plug it that hard. You know what I mean? Like it's still something that we're trying to build up.
But they just find us. Like our fans just find us on the podcast, and they're just like, "Oh, I know that name." Click.
Yeah.
Click
Like,
it,
But
yeah.
I think the same
Like-
thing works with music though. Like it's the same thing on TikTok, and the way that our growth was a little different. It takes like to that one track. It's a volume game.
Yeah.
It's just push it out, push it out, push it out. And we see the people who use the songs that they find it like in the morning, they make the TikTok, and that becomes a big trend for the next 3 days.
Yeah.
That's the TikTok game when it comes to music
Yeah,
too.
so are you on like do you have a TikTok channel at all where you're putting music on it?
Wait, what?
I have a TikTok. Yeah.
No.
I got a TikTok.
What? It's just so funny. What's going on?
No, dude, you gotta watch this TikTok.
My TikTok is ridiculous. I was like looking at it as a music platform. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna like start building a fan base, on TikTok, and then I'll like work at it from there where like I'll post my songs on it, but like.
But also, it's where like your fans can find like your personality too.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like also like TikTok songs are like they're different, you know. They're already on Spotify. People are already listening to them, you know.
Yeah.
So like something has already made that song hot.
They're like 8 years old sometimes too, and they pull them out.
Yeah, and then they like just revamp it or some shit like that. Or, like, sorry, I don't know if I.
You can say what the fuck you want.
Oh, let's go. Fuck shit. Fuck. Okay, all right.
No, yeah. The podcast is pretty. It's not monetized, so yeah. I just put the explicit tag on it, and we're good to go.
That's hype. Okay, all right. But yeah, TikTok is great for artists that already have songs out that's already gained some attraction. But I think that if I put my songs out on TikTok, then I'm like a TikTok rapper, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
And it's the same thing as a SoundCloud rapper. You know, like I was a little too late on the curve. So like I didn't make as much plays or like as much of a fan base on SoundCloud as I wanted.
Like when SoundCloud was like popping in like 2016.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah.
I was kind of making garbage, you know, like I think
But I mean, it's good to get on. I mean, like imagine that you're starting like right now. You know what I mean? Like
Exactly.
Because SoundCloud like right now is SoundCloud's. I don't really like SoundCloud's interface actually. Like let's talk about that.
That's
Like
him and Burke.
like just like the interface of SoundCloud, like how it actually like works, like looking people up, doing all this stuff. It's just not clean enough.
Sorry guys, my nana's calling me.
Go take your Nana's call.
Don't forget about topic 1 in a bit.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, I just think that SoundCloud, like, it's hard to,
It's not exploratory, so it's hard for TikTok's unique in that no matter what, if you post anything, at least 300 people see it, and that'll determine if next 1,000 people see it. Then you have 20,000 people. That doesn't exist on SoundCloud so much.
No.
It's literally like you share it with your friends hear about it, you blow up and someone else shouts you out. It's a volume game in that way, right?
Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah, SoundCloud, you have to do it yourself. It's like going out on the street virtually and giving people like CDs and stuff like that. It's exactly like that, you know, but it's online now, you know, so you're sending people. SoundCloud is literally just meant for finding your voice, finding what you like, and sending those like songs or like SoundCloud songs to people that can promote your music, record labels, or anything like that, you know?
And then but what you're saying earlier about like how there's TikTok rappers, right? I've noticed a change where yes,
Rappers?
What?
You said frappers.
Rappers, bro.
TikTok fappers.
TikTok rappers.
Let it happen. Let it happen.
So like, okay, what you said about how there's TikTok rappers and there's rappers, right? You don't want to be classified as that. At the same time, you look at someone like Drake, who made 2C Slide knowing that that's TikTok. He made that. He worked with dancers to make that happen. I think what we're going to see in the next 5 years, maybe 3 years, even closer to that, is that transformation between a rapper. If you can make it for the platforms that exist right now, that's immediate growth. And I think that stigma will go away over time too, you know?
Yeah, I feel you. I think it's just, for me, it's all about like respect in the rap game. You know, like, I don't like the people that just walk around and know that they don't have respect in the rap game. Like, they're not doing anything right, you know? Like, they're talking all this trash about old school rappers. And yeah, like
all that beef and shit.
It's just unneeded, you know? Like, I would rather have more respect, you know, like creating like music, you know, creating art. Like, that's what I'm here for.
Yeah.
That's my goal, you know, like I want to have masterpieces, symphonies and stuff like that. I don't want to have just like a TikTok video that's like left, right, and then clap a couple times. You know?
If you make the path to become huge on YouTube is volume, exposure, then that, right?
Yeah.
So that's all I've known all my life. If that's like what I've related to, is that is how you grow on social media platforms. What is that path for music people? And did you have to learn that, like, you know, by hitting the brick wall and you're just posting? What is that path that you keep in mind? Because to me, it's just content.
I think for a while, yeah, it was, for me, it felt like I should just keep posting, like, whatever I can. I just need to get out there, you know? Like, I need to find a way, or hopefully someone hits me up, or, like, a comment, something like that, so I can hit them back up and say, like, yo, let's make music together, or something like that, you know? Anything like that.
The path isn't as clear.
Exactly. It wasn't going as planned as it should, because I thought SoundCloud would be kind of like TikTok, where people are seeing it, you know, where they're just like, oh, let's browse through SoundCloud. No one does that. I don't do that. There is real trash on SoundCloud. Some dude sent me some music, and I was like, this is horrible. There's way too many instruments for this one beat. He's like way under it, but
But it's like Post. Like Post made music that he knew blew up on SoundCloud, and then he got to do what he wants too. But that biting the bullet, like taking that and saying, "Oh fuck, you know what? I'm gonna just go full on to this. I know the growth."
Yeah.
You don't think that stigma will always exist in that way? Even if
Yeah, I think definitely.
TikTok maybe more so.
I definitely have to like. There are some songs that are like, did I really just say that? Like for the public, it's not really like too keen, you know. Like they won't like that. Like nobody will like this, you know. This is just for me, so like I'll keep it to myself, you know. I'll switch out my lyrics based on like how publicly it will sound and like if people will like it right now being as since I like just found the sound, you know,
For
I
sure.
just found who I am
For sure.
artist-wise.
Is it different if you do like if you create a beat, right? Like you're working all the time and create a beat and you find this like dope way to go. Like Matt DeMarco, is that his name? Nathan, what's his name? The artist that does da na 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 with the guitar? DeMarco. Mac DeMarco. So he has a song, it's an instrumental, it was released years ago, but that one little snippet of his guitar little like what is it called? Fret? Guitar riff. Yeah. Like, that was used. If you create a beat like that, do you have that mindset of, oh, you know what, we can use this to blow up my name, and the guys that fuck with me, the guys that like the core followers, they come out and check out the full songs. Like is that an option you kind of view?
I feel like it would be hard because like literally anyone can just take your fucking beat.
100%.
You literally have to have like something in your beat to like claim your beat.
But if on TikTok, if the beat is attached to your profile and that's what they go to every time, and you just like just completely like blow it all up and do, this is my music, everyone will relate it to, okay, your Spotify, your Apple Music or whatever it is.
And I think honestly like it wouldn't matter either way because people on TikTok, like, what is that song? I forgot what it is. It's like
Say So.
There's I think so. And
Doja
he's
Cat.
like my body my body different.
So he said try to kick it.
Yeah.
She in my mouth like a dentist, and like stuff like that, or I'm in her mouth like a dentist. That goes hard, and I even looked that up because I heard it off TikTok. You know, I'll go to Spotify or like whatever streaming platform that I want it on, and I'll look it up myself just because I was like, this is different. You know, like even just hearing the sample was like, oh, this is hard.
It'll get you to check out the full song.
Exactly. Like I'm not worried about if people like put my song on TikTok. I love that.
Yeah.
I would rather just have that, you know, like go ahead, do it.
Yeah.
Do you, so like speaking about different platforms and stuff, are you planning on, you know, like releasing on Apple and like Apple, iTunes and, you know, Spotify?
Yeah, I already have one song. It's called Honey. It's on Spotify, Apple. It's on all stream. You know that.
Run it up. Marcus Owens.
Marcus Owens, always. But it's on all streaming platforms.
I said we gotta play a banger right now.
It's a little bit different. It's definitely before Seattle Supersonics. Like you'll be able to hear the difference. Like. It's very clear, but I like it. I liked it enough to actually start like putting my music on streaming platforms when I heard that song.
So it comes down to what you're feeling at that moment. Like, what's the song that you really fuck with?
Exactly. Like, what vibe? If I'm looking outside and I see some sunshine, I might put a nice frequency on, you know, like a little slow beat, you know, some honey lavender on it.
Honey lavender.
I need some honey on the beat. Yeah, you know.
So for instance, like when you're, you know, like I haven't produced music. I don't know. But what I see with artists is the big thing is an album. Yeah, I mean that's their big first thing is their first album. Yeah. Right. Have you like taken note of that or like tried to figure that out? Because like one thing that like I've noticed is like, for instance, like Chris was talking about Kid Cudi earlier. Yeah. I mean he comes out or he hasn't been putting out stuff that's been or like like relevant for a lot of years. And then he comes out with Kids See Ghosts with that was a lot of people, right?
Kanye and Pusha T.
Yeah. So I mean that comes out and I listen to that a lot. Yeah. So that's what like I look for because I'm not a huge music guy. I like to listen to music a lot, but I'm not like super into it. But when I see something, that's how like I know that it's like popular, I guess, because like I'm not searching for it.
Or when you see it like in front of you on the platform that you're on.
Or like normally
it's
like
okay, it's there. Like,
or like if at least 4 people post on their Instagram stories or their Snapchats when it comes out,
you're like, okay, I gotta
listen to it now. You know what I mean? And like if I don't feel it at first, but like that's what I'm like looking at for albums. How have you thought about an album? Have you thought about that at all?
Yeah, I've been really thinking about it. I've been actually like, there's been times where I'm on the cusp of just putting out like, I have like 12 songs just in a list, and I'm like, these are songs that I can put all together, in an album. It'll flow perfect,
Chris Williams trying to be on that deluxe.
We're trying to have Chris Williams as it,
Chris Williams on the extended version.
Yeah.
What's the de-incentivization to not go towards an album?
What I wouldn't like to see on my album is anything that really has so my one worry about putting an album out is pretty much just that all of the songs are just flops. I don't like any of the songs. Eventually, like in a week, I won't like those songs. And if I don't like those songs, then that means nobody really should. Like those are my songs. I put dedication and heart to them. So if I like them and then the week fades and I'm like,
At the same time, like the general advice I've always heard through YouTube, like the Gary V's of the world, their pitch is always, yo, if you don't like it, there's a good chance everyone else will like it's a weird thing, but it's just push it all out because you are the worst. Like, I am the worst judge of how good my content is.
Yeah.
It's the audience, and you just throw it out there and not hate on yourself. I think maybe it is a little different on YouTube, but that's interesting. It does very much go off of, do you feel your music that much that you would listen to it all day?
Exactly. And then I also think about like, how most albums have a very like general consensus of like what's the meaning behind it. They'll have the same 808s, like 808 and Heartbreaks.
Yeah.
They have the same like theme of instruments, that he uses, and he has the same kind of voice on every album.
So you have to plan out the album beforehand more so to see
exactly.
Okay.
Like Childish Gambino with
Childish Gambino, remember?
any album with Childish Gambino.
This is America.
Like, yeah, like any album.
There's
it's
a
just
story
like,
throughout the
there's
whole
a
thing.
story through the whole thing.
Damn.
I'm more so when I like listen to albums now. I'm listening in for the story. Like Kid Cudi albums,
like a movie for your ears.
Exactly. Like I can picture like everything going like just in visions. Every
you want to
song.
drop it, and the people that fuck with you are like, this is my day. My day is I start with the first song and I'm going all the way down.
Yeah, exactly. Like
Wow.
or like you wouldn't even have to do that. Maybe there's a couple of songs that you
Couple songs
like
that
out of it. And
Like,
I understand that
every
completely.
snippet has to tell kind of the same part of this. Like, it has to tell the story, but also tell a different part.
Exactly. Yeah.
I know. Chris has a question for you.
Yeah. Speaking of Kid Cudi, who's your favorite artist? You're like, who influenced? Like, is that him?
Yeah, Kid Cudi is definitely the main influence, Mr. Cudi, Scott Muscatty.
That's why I was hoping you said, because like literally, like I feel like certain people that are trying to start rapping have like a problem with not either their bars or. Is it good?
You just gotta go a little closer to it. Sorry, my bad, guys.
Either their bars or either their voice. But like with Dionte, his voice sounds like Kid Cudi, even like a slither of it. Like I can hear Kid Cudi, and like even like the melody.
And the style's unique in that way.
And like I'm like,
Wow.
I feel like that's a gift, dude. Because a lot of people like they have to like worry about their voice and stuff like that. I feel like for him like even as he's just talking, like
it comes naturally.
It comes off hard.
Well, we're telling the audience, the audio listeners, this is
appreciate
actually
that.
Kid Cudi who's on the podcast right now. We're just surprised you now.
Like,
I'm gonna drop a couple hums.
Yeah, like literally, when the Scots came out with the Fortnite release.
Yeah.
And
You had a
I
wet
heard
dream
Kid
that day. I know
Cudi's-
how big of a Travis Scott you are.
No, but I heard Kid Cudi's song like that sounded like the same flow like Dionte would have like the way he was popping on that, and I literally told Dionte at the Xbox party like you sound just like that.
And that's the whole goal. I appreciate that. That I appreciate. Like that's the whole goal. I'm trying to make it more so so there's a distinguish in my voice, so it sounds more of like a Kid Cudi, Travis Scott vibe. Like if they actually like mix together, if Travis Scott
He's got a baby.
like
Maybe
true
not.
exactly like that's what I'm trying to make.
Yeah.
I don't want to say that. It's kind of weird. It's strange, but
it is what it is.
yeah, exactly. It is what it is. What it
And
is.
the fact that I get just like random DMs in the middle of the day, like I just showed Dionte before this started, like somebody hit me up saying, "Oh, this sounds like Dionte. This is hard." Like,
Yeah.
And it's just like a music. It's like a mixtape of Nate Robinson, but the music behind it sounds like Dionte.
That style, like that's
It's crazy
The
to
fact
me.
that people that like I know don't really talk to Dionte, but they're hitting me because like, they know I talk to Dionte.
Like,
and tell them,
Whoa.
I don't even know about that.
So
Like,
it's people that fuck with Dionte and they talk to you because you know what it is? They don't see you as accessible because you're so up there, man. That's what it is.
I don't
And
think-
they see the
okay,
connection through
okay,
Chris.
So here's the deal, okay? So I swear, in high school through middle school, people were scared of me. And I just have, like, when I walk through the halls, you know, like, it's 7 a.m., I'm pissed off, I don't want to be here.
Nah.
So I have that resting bitch face, you know?
Well,
Like,
it
just,
was
you were
because we
always had a
started
smile on your
skating
face.
board gang,
you
bro.
know? Yeah. So, like, if people said hey to me, you know, like, now I'm smiling, like, oh, what's up, man? Like, what's
Yeah.
good? But then I'm, like, straight back to straight face. So
Well,
they're like,
also,
oh,
I
really?
feel like you've been 6 feet tall since fucking 6th grade. You're literally that one dude that hasn't grown since 6th grade. I
Bro,
feel like
it's
you just
felt like
always
that,
been
like-
like you've just always been like kind of like, you know, like the
You've
big
been
dude
6
that's been
foot
yeah,
ever
you've been
since
6
you came
foot.
out. 6
Yeah, I
foot.
mean, like and like now like everybody's same height. You know what I mean? But like in 6th grade, you're only if you're 6 feet tall, everybody's like
Yeah, they're like, whoa, yeah.
yeah.
And then the interesting thing though, Dionte, is that like the way we all grew up together, your brother went through the high school before us, Berkeley. Your brothers went through it too.
Yeah, you know.
That's the relationship. We all looked up and saw, okay, these are the brothers that have been through it. This is what we can expect, and we learned so much from that. Like you two were lucky in that, like Berkeley, like this is what my dad always says about you. He's like, Berkeley is tough as fuck because he grew up with two brothers who'd beat the shit out of him. Dionte, I'm sure you're kind of the same way with your brother.
Do you want to tell
Yeah.
the story of the tombstone, or should
Oh,
I?
the tombstone is crazy.
what the fuck's Tombstone?
Berkeley cried.
It's mine.
Berkeley, like
Okay, what
I
happened?
think
What's the story?
7th grade, 6th grade, middle school.
Yeah.
So I think it's 6th grade.
Yeah, something like
But his brother, which is like he's like 6'5",
Yeah.
he's huge.
Big boy.
Berkeley's like 3 feet. You know, he's super small.
that. A little chunky still. A little
you were-
chunky.
Yeah,
You're a
a
chunky
little
boy.
chunky. You know, little chunky boy,
Yeah.
gummy bear.
Yeah.
You know, a little sensitive, and his brother picks him up like they were just like
Like the Undertaker.
play fighting.
Like the
Yeah, like the
Undertaker.
Undertaker, like picks him up.
Okay.
Belly's outside, other way around. His head's about to hit the ground, but he picks him up like up a couple feet and just drops him.
Oh my
Like
fuck, just straight tombstones
he-
the fuck out of me.
he didn't even drop his knees. He just like dropped. Like,
Wait, was her head on the bottom or the top?
on the bottom.
On the bottom,
so like,
yeah.
like my head's like
Berkeley.
by his feet.
That explains so much, bro.
I know. So
100%.
many fairy tales.
all you hear is Berkeley just, Mom, and just see him sprinting. Like
Yeah.
you know what he's about to do,
Yeah.
but like
Yeah.
so funny.
yeah.
It was the brothers that we always like looked up to. They're the ones driving us around. They taught us so much, and I think that's such a big advantage having somebody like that who can beat the shit out of you. It makes you stronger for sure. Like that's
Yep. Shout out Chandler Homer.
yeah.
100%.
How did that
Big bro EP?
Yes,
yeah.
sir.
How did that change like the high school for you guys? Like going in knowing that like your brothers have been through it.
Honestly, like, it like, I don't know. It's just like, I don't know.
It made me feel like the shit.
No,
It made me feel like
no,
the
that's
fucking
like-
shit. I
yeah.
can't lie.
Because,
Your
like,
brothers were big back in
Our
the day.
brothers
our
were the
names were-
original goon squad.
Yeah,
Like
exactly. We've been like they've been there, done that, and like we've already seen like what they've done to come up, and like our name's already out, our last name or our name's already out there. So it's like,
it's engraved.
It helps,
it's,
right?
It's like that teacher that asked, like, do a brother.
No,
with that-
yeah.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
you're like, is it gonna be a good answer if I say that? Or is it gonna be bad? Like, did they piss you off or
Yeah.
did you like them? Yeah.
Yeah.
and-
Yeah, it's like YouTube videos are like the old vines where it's like child prodigies, right?
yeah.
We were the party prodigies.
That's
you
the
know,
way to
like
go.
it was the original like we were the kids that were supposed to fuck up the most. You know? Like we were the kids that we were supposed to just get lit, you know?
Yeah. So, but like, so when you went your freshman year, so our freshman year when we were there, were your brothers seniors then?
well, my middle brother, count him.
He was, yeah.
the senior.
Yeah.
And that helps because that means all the girls know you from senior year.
Yeah.
Everybody, all the guys know you. It helps you out. You go in with this, not chip on your shoulder, but instead an expectation.
Yeah.
And that you if you come in believing that, I think you can make that true in that
No, yeah.
extent, right? Like Colin and I, we didn't have any of that coming in. Neither
Yeah,
did Chris.
Yeah. We are the older. Like I'm an older brother, so
Yeah,
Yeah.
me too.
Older brother,
that was me.
sisters.
Yeah.
I mean, like obviously, like I set the stage. Yeah, I mean, fuck. It's like,
I look
like,
so clouded now.
yeah. I mean,
Oh, yeah, your sister's now in the high school. Is that what it means? She's clouded now.
Yeah, well, I mean, she's goated.
God damn it, she's
I mean,
goated.
Isla's goated on the high school stage. Bro.
yeah.
No, I
There's
mean,
a confirmed clout that like younger siblings get.
It depends on what the older ones were doing.
Unless
you guys
unless,
were, yeah.
unless the older sibling's a fucking nerd. I mean, like there's always like that one kid who like you know them and then they're like, oh, you know they're related to this person. You're like,
Wow.
cool.
Yeah,
like wow.
That's when the teacher's like, hey, you're not like your brother at all.
And you have to really think about the other other sibling.
Like what ramifications am I gonna get from saying?
But like it was always like it always like pissed me off because like my friends couldn't come over to my house.
Why?
Because the house smelled like fucking pot.
Yeah, bro.
Where's fifth grade? Where's fifth grade?
Trap.
Where's fifth grade?
No, it was
trap. No, it was literally a jungle in Berkeley's house.
No, I remember that.
And
in the basement.
The only way people would come over if I invited them and played basketball outside.
That's true.
And we stayed outside.
Or
Because
if,
the
like,
parents
or
would
if,
get
like-
pissed sometimes.
No, yeah.
Or if like your mom was like 100% for certain home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Because like Betty Jean could like shelter us from that,
Yeah.
but like
That's
if she was
Berkeley's
there,
mom,
like
guys.
bro, like I mean it was literally like fraternity times 10.
No,
Yeah.
Like it was it was a trap house.
It was like fucking
was
Project X every,
Yeah.
every weekend.
Yeah.
And that's exactly where our siblings meeting our sibling or they like meet, like even Ricardo, you know, like people don't know
Yeah.
Ricardo, but like his sister, like
Yeah.
they were all friends, and so we all could just go over to
It was
like,
weird because,
our
like,
houses or
it was
each other's
weird.
houses.
Because like they were all friends, and then their siblings were like the same age as us, and then like because the siblings were us.
Yeah, we were
And,
all like 4 years apart.
Yeah.
Which was super weird.
Yeah.
And it was just like,
But
fuck with it.
Your house was so much like that. That was the reputation of your house at
Yeah.
that time. It was like we had friends who couldn't go over because their parents were being bitches about it. They're
exactly.
like, "Oh, you're going to Berkeley's house? Fuck that."
exactly.
No, so like what it is. I could probably actually tell my mom, like if I gave her these two scenarios. Hey mom, I'm gonna go do heroin underneath the bridge in Redmond. Or mom, I'm gonna go to Berkeley's house and play Xbox. And she'd probably want me to go do heroin under the bridge. Like she would probably okay that. Or actually just keep the heroin out of it.
Yeah.
I can just like, hey mom, I'm gonna go underneath the bridge in Redmond. Yeah, I mean, like at what, 13 years old?
Yeah.
Or I'm gonna go to Berkeley's house. Nah. You're not going to Berkeley's
Yeah.
house.
You go
Stop.
under a bridge, you're skipping rocks in a river, you know? You go to Berkeley's house, you breaking shit.
That's the one thing about these two. I feel like the guy in that like, influence from older people. They're just comfortable with everyone. Like I remember 8th grade when I first met Berkeley. I'm this little black kid going to Redmond Middle.
Yeah.
Young Bean in the
Bean.
big.
Pulls up with his Knicks hat.
Everybody's like chilling, like they're a little distant, rightfully. I'm a new guy.
Yeah.
Berkeley's just fearless. It's like, what's good? It's like first time meeting me, like, what's good? Yeah. I'll take you to class. You chilling and stuff like that.
Damn.
And it's like the way Dionte and Burke are able to
Be
they're,
social.
Like, fearless. It's social with anyone. They can you can put them in any group and they'll just be like, you're chilling.
That's the way to go. Yeah, I mean, dude, do you remember that day that, like, I mean, we always want to go hang out there, and remember that he had all the motorbikes in his garage. Berkeley did. That's what got so many people over. Remember that, dude, Ben? Oh my god, dude, were you there that day? We were all there. We had to be in like 8th grade.
Ben State yoshed the garage door.
Okay, so here's the story.
God.
Like I used to live like on a hill, right? So I'm like living on like a downward slope of a hill, and I have this like this Razor motorbike.
A Razor
it's
YX 450.
No,
Yeah,
MX
like-
MX 250 because I had the same one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it
No, he
was
had the
like,
450.
It
Berkeley had
goes
the
like,
yellow one.
Oh, yeah.
It goes like literally like fucking 20 miles an hour.
Yeah, it's
right?
an electric motorbike made by the scooter people.
And like, but at this time, like we're all outside. I'm like, yo, let's go ride the motorcycle. And we just see Ben Reimel's mom like coming down, and I'm like telling Ben, I'm like, Ben, you're not riding this. Like you don't know how to ride it, so I'm not gonna let you ride it. He's like, dude, let me impress my mom. Let me hop on this bike. And he hops on this bike. He's going down the hill, and he like doesn't know what brake to use. And he just runs into our neighbor's fucking garage
Right through it.
And he just really just breaks the whole fucking garage.
And as his mom's driving down.
and you can see his mom, and his head's just like, and her mom's just, Ben's mom's just like,
Say
looking at
what
it.
she said when she hopped out the car.
I don't remember.
She was like,
She
Berkeley,
goes,
are you
Ben!
serious?
No, she goes, Ben, you fucking idiot. You can see like the anguish in her lower lip was quivering.
Yeah.
She's like, Ben!
No, and it was fucking stupid because like like you're on a motorcycle, you don't use the front brake, right?
Yeah.
And
Well,
like
you do if you're riding a real motorcycle.
okay, yeah, but like not a fucking Razor one.
Well,
So,
I
so
know, actually the front brake didn't even work.
Yeah, it didn't work. Yeah, exactly. So like Ben's like squeezing the fucking front brake, right? And I'm just like, he's like, dude, I thought both brakes worked. I don't know what brake to use. And he's fucking ran.
We could hear him as because the hill was long. It's your house and like 4 houses down to the
We're
bottom.
just running after
Yeah,
him.
and it's like the fact that you could see his mom going down the hill, and Ben's like, "No, let me do it. I'm getting on," and just boom.
Yeah, dude, fucking.
I didn't even know you guys that much. Like Like, I knew Berkeley, but like from anybody else, like I was just like, who are these people? I knew Ben would be the person to hit a garage, like a whole ass garage. Yeah,
You like it. It's like a cut, like cut on YouTube. Mm-hmm. It's like which one is most likely to run into. it's like pick the delinquent to run into.
You know that channel Cut is in Seattle.
Yeah.
Because they do so much like weed, so they'll like make videos where it's like 4 cops smoke weed together, or a rabbi, a priest, and like a I don't know what the other one is, a rabbi, like 2 rabbis, I don't know. They're smoking weed together, right? And Cut does that for YouTube videos, and that's what they do in Washington. It's like I remember those days.
Yeah, because it's legal here.
By the way, our fans are gonna get to know Ben really
What?
well.
What?
just spilling shit.
It's just water, bro. Just sipping. Gotta stay hydrated.
Yeah, but
I'm surprised most of his shirts don't have stains.
No, bro, they all do.
They do, dude.
Look, he literally has a pee stain on him right now.
No, that was just from the water spill.
Yeah, sure.
Same with the last fucking TikTok.
Yeah. There was like a comment on our we have a Sync Uncut channel where we just post like raw stuff.
Yeah.
Berkeley had like a pee stain on his.
No, because we were filming and Chris threw water on me, and then we went to go film a Sync Uncut, and of course my sweats are gray.
Somebody comments, man in the gray sweat. Man on the left has he has like a wet patch.
Yeah.
The man on the left pissed
had
himself.
like 12,000 likes on it. I was like,
Bro, shit, I'm gonna go through that shit, find it, and like
Just like the TikTok. Just comment like, yeah, no, I know him personally. He definitely pissed himself.
he pisses himself all the time.
Yeah. You make like a TikTok like Berkeley peed himself.
Yeah, Berkeley Homer pisses himself.
wait, quick question.
Yeah.
Are we talking about rapping anymore?
Yeah,
We can do whatever we want. Yeah.
Okay, so my question is,
You want talking to Mike a little
my
bit more?
question is, who do you think in the rap game today will be the next as Kid Cudi for you? But like for the younger generation, like who do you think is up next?
Fucking
that's, like,
Mosey.
young now
to like look
But-
up to.
that spits facts, that have good beats. just
I'm gonna
like-
be honest with you. I'm not trying to be on here to brag or anything, but I think it's me. Like, I like to say that shit's me. Like,
That's
You
the,
know,
that's the
like-
attitude you need, no matter
exactly.
what.
Like, I think it's just like how I listen to other people's music. Like Lil Mosey. You said Lil Mosey, right? I don't fuck with Mosey.
Yeah.
Me and
No
Mosey
one on
can
this
box
show
it out.
fucks with Mosey.
I would love if Mosey.
Chirp that
Yeah.
dude
Mosey
up.
wants to box, I'll box him out. Let's go.
Dude, you know
Let's
Chase?
go. I'll go through him.
Chase, the guy you met earlier, he went to high school with Mosey.
Dude, he's such a.
No, I don't like Chase.
just because they both went to Mount Lake Terrace.
Exactly.
No, but like so I mean like for like rappers that are coming up. So I'm not a music discoverer at all. We've established that. But Juice WRLD, I followed him at 3,000 followers on Instagram. Right?
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I mean like I like listen like like people are like, oh yeah, Juice WRLD's first song was Lucid Dreams, and then there's also the people that think that Juice WRLD's first song was like Robbery.
Yeah.
Like which is just not true. You know what I mean?
No.
Yeah.
Like way before what was. I can't even. I'm blanking on his album right now. Anyway, it don't sound like a Juice WRLD fan.
Wait, hold
You're
on.
good.
You said his first song was Lucid.
No.
No, he
sorry.
was saying like that's what the
Public
fake fans.
Yeah, like
Yeah, like
Everybody that got
with
hyped
Juice
on
WRLD in
his
like the SoundCloud
Lucid
days.
Dream shit.
I thought, and I mean, it was proving to be he was up next. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
He was huge, and like I mean, everybody fucked with Juice WRLD. He didn't really have any haters. You know what I mean? So like, who do you think in the rap game like right now? Who do you think that is?
is like just right now up next.
Or how are you picking up? How do you pick up on that?
I think, I don't know. For me, it's just a whole different sense. You know, like I think the way that rap is going towards is a whole different vibe than what it was.
It's changed.
And
Like-
there's so many
Changed.
webs of rap right
Exactly,
now. You know what I mean?
like-
like there's people that are really hard. You know what I mean? Like there's people that are coming out like really hard. The weird thing is like too like I mean like when you listen to NLE Choppa, you think that he's hard, you know what I mean, in his stuff. But then like go and like watch his
And see his TikToks.
He's like smiling and shit.
Yeah,
he's, like,
exactly.
dancing, he's,
Like it's just a persona that people put on.
Yeah,
You know,
right.
like. But
Look at that. They're all into anime. You never guessed that.
no, I'm definitely into anime, bro. I've been watching hella anime. Quarantine. Have you ever watched Bleach? Watch that shit. That shit, they box out.
Dude, Avatar's on Netflix.
That's
now.
literally what
Avatar,
Chris said.
Avatar's a
Oh,
cop out.
Avatar.
Everybody watches Avatar.
Oh, okay,
Everybody
but
has
it's-
watched Avatar so
I
far.
know. I've
If
but
you
I-
haven't,
but
then you
gotta-
need to get out,
But
bro.
you gotta
Like,
rewatch it now.
of
Yeah.
course.
I've been
It's
doing
like
that.
now that yeah, of course.
Yeah,
Well, and,
I'm
like-
on season 1, bro. Come on.
Yeah, you
I'm
know
back,
that.
I'm
Yeah,
back on
like-
it, of course.
And like one thing that we talked to Walker about was like wait shit I did have a train of thought but then I lost it.
Something about Walker, something about TikTok.
Oh, we talked about him on his song Nintendo.
Mhm.
Like he remade it, right? Because
Yeah.
he ran out of storage on SoundCloud. So he remade Nintendo
That's
and
the thing?
re-dropped it. And he
Yeah.
was talking about like how he has extended clips and stuff and like all that. And like I asked him, I'm like, yo, have you ever shot a gun before? And he's like, no, I haven't shot a gun before. Like, I'm scared of them. But, like, in the song, like, before I found my sound, he was talking about guns, talking about drugs, talking about all this stuff to try and, like, fill an image.
Extendo.
Yeah, I mean? And, like, he's totally open to saying, like, that's not true.
Yeah.
And, like, he's changed the sound to make it more about him. Do you think that, like, rappers today are rapping about stuff that they just, like, they're just capping on everything?
I think, yeah, for image-wise, like, they're, of course, capping, you know? Like, busting guns at people, that's not cool. No one's like, oh, man, that guy's so cool, you know? He's killed people, you know? Like, I want to be him when I grow up. That's not cool. That's not what I want to be about. And, like, yeah, like, holding guns, you know, shooting guns, like, I've done that, you know? A lot of people do that, you know? Just, like, naturally, you know? It's just... human, you know, like manly things.
You gotta still take me shooting.
Yeah, what was that?
You still gotta take me shooting. Someone's gotta take me.
No,
It's hella fun. Yeah.
Well, I mean, because it's something that's applicable. It's something that if you can go do it, because it's expensive.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to buy all the stuff for it. But if you can go do it, I mean, it's a good knowledge to have because. Like, you know, like not getting like political on anything, but like, you know, it's something that it takes a fear away when you know. When you know you have something. Some people are scared of knives, right? But if you teach them how to use, something, you know, like
they're not scared.
They're not scared of it anymore. So like, I guess what I'm trying to say is, you have these rappers coming up out of more, you know, like more hood locations, and they start their careers off, you know, posting their straps on, you know, Instagram and stuff, and like you have kids scrolling through Instagram, you know, 10-year-old kids that are fans of you, and then their mom sees that, you know, you're just, you know, hunt around drum on your AR, you know, like whatever, you know, like. They don't want to see that. Yeah. They don't want their kids to grow up to be like that, and like it just makes a bad look on the rap industry. So then, you know, like I mean, obviously, like in your music, like you're talking about like more stuff that's like, you know, like you. So like do you think that helps you, you know, like rap, and if you could just talk about you?
I think
just life experiences.
It's the art form, you know, like that's why I rap, you know, like to get my shit out, you know, to get my frustration out, to get my sense of peace out, to put my mind on a pad of paper lyrically and then say it out and express it. It's way more of a invigorating feeling, you know, and like some people really do tote bangers a lot, you know. They like really do like pop at people, you know. Go ahead and talk about it if you really talk about it.
Well, yeah, if it's their life, but like maybe showing that in songs in an audio form opposed to visually, it just makes it seem like more true. You know what I mean? Like.
And that confuses me too, man, because all the things that I know from YouTube is like relatability wins. Who the fuck is relating to shooting up a street? I'm gonna relate to maybe the struggle of getting your name out there. That's the type of thing that like more people will connect with. But maybe like what Chris said like a week ago, like bitch rhymes with everything. Like you know.
Oh yeah, wait, and then because then we'll jump away from this. So I think like the issue is like in Redmond especially, we're really shielded from that. Yeah, you know I mean, like I have never been ran up on. I mean,
wait, really?
I mean? And like none of us really, you know, I mean, it's not like a thing that happens commonly, especially in the area we're in. But you know, in areas that is more, you know, that are more susceptible to that, like that is something that you can relate to. So I think it really just depends on, you have to cater to an entire audience. And like the way you present your craft is really important.
Exactly.
I think that the rap game is very complex. Like there's people that talk hard shit because that's all they know and that's what they grew up, and they're talking about their true beliefs, and it caters to people that grew up the same way.
Right.
So the way I see like the rap game, I see it as like a big ass library. You pick your book. What book do you want? Do you want Polo G talking about some harmonizing shit? Do you want Walk a Flock Flame talking about shooting somebody? Like
there's something for everyone.
It caters for everyone, and I feel like that's the beauty of rap, how it can grow. Is because like I don't pop pills and stuff, but I feel Juice's pain.
Exactly.
Which makes me want to.
It's the feeling.
Not want
to. At the same time, though, like we came to the conclusion a couple weeks back when we were like talking about TikTok analytics. Like it's the young like white chicks who determine what's gonna go boom boom boom. You know, like what's gonna go big. And I'm not saying that's the case with rap, but do you think so? Do you think that's some kind of melody, the little riff, them taking control? That's what's gonna blow it up.
I believe that's.
I think in a popular sense, I think it's all about beat. I think it's really all about how the beat goes. And like somewhat is what you put on it. Yeah. But most of the people like can put nonsense on their beat, you know? Like total trash, but the beat is so good that they'll listen to it.
Well, yeah, and like in my car, for instance, like I just want something that bangs. You know
exactly.
I mean? Like, and if you heard Banana Split by Melly, and you know, I mean, like that beat is good, but there's like a part of it where the 808s fade out and it doesn't hit on the sub and it only hits on the speakers. And like that shit just irritates the fuck out of me because like all I want to listen to is something that bangs the entire time.
Exactly.
And that song bangs so hard in the beginning and then it goes into like, you know, like the melody, like the chorus, and then it's like, okay, you know what I mean? Like what happened? Like they like mess up.
So there's just like certain music for certain like times and places, you know?
Yeah, and maybe from an outsider, the way I view it is like it really comes down to the way it hits your brain. You know, like that feeling when you get that one beat, like even the beginning of Myron, right? Like you pick up on that right away. That's part of the art, right? And that might be more scientific in like that way. But do artists have to think in like that?
And go on.
I feel like people who are outside looking into rap, I feel like don't look at it like, or say as a kid trying to convince their parents that they should listen to rap.
Right.
I think they should tell their parents, think of rap as poetry. Think of them not as thugs, but think of them as poets. They're trying to get their story out there on a beat, and you just gotta ride that beat. Like, they're not saying, oh, I do this, I shoot up, I pop up, because they want you to do it. They're like, this is my reality. This is what I have.
This is my story.
This is what I want to put
Do you remember that like video that came out, like went viral for a little bit of like when that mom finds a kid's soundtrack on Spotify?
Oh, yeah. And she's like,
what the fuck is this, son?
She was like crying about it. Wait, what was the song? Oh,
it was something, and she was like, "You're talking about bitches. You're talking about killing people."
That's the reality. They know gangster shit. They know being affiliated with gangs. They know their brother's dying every now and then. It's just like
it was
just a hard reality.
It was when Vince Staples came out in North.
North.
And the mom the mom is like crying about you need to go.
Go pee, Chris.
The mom's like crying about North. She's like reading the lyrics out and she's like saying the N-word and shit. She's like doing all this stuff like on her video. Like, vlog. And it's here, wait, you should pull it up.
Let me
just
find
just look up North upset mom.
It's hilarious.
Yeah, no, like that's the reaction you get from so many Karens these days about rap.
Karen.
Yeah. Let's see. Okay, mom cries about rap song.
About North.
Rap song. I think it's the whole soundtrack. It's
Yeah, right there.
Is it this one? Oh, I haven't seen this one. Shit, I saw the other one.
Bro,
Hold on, let me pull it up. All right, here goes, boys.
That 104.5 radio station. She loves it, and I'm like, whatever. It's the top hits, right? I remember listening to the top hits when I was a kid, like Britney
Her top
Spears.
hits back then were like, "Hola, baby."
Africa by Toto.
Yeah, Africa by Toto. That was the highlight of her senior year.
Spears and Christina Aguilera and Backstreet Boys and TheSync, and those were the top hits when I was a kid, right? Nowadays, it's not the same, right?
Wait, you're telling me it's no longer like the Beatles?
Yeah. They're still okay, if you listen to their lyrics like really deep enough, they still talk about the same stuff that like rappers do now. You know, like it's the same thing, but it's just in a nicer format. You know? Have you ever listened to like really in detail country music? Bro? It's it's crazy to me.
Pick her up in my truck.
Yeah.
Same at all. And I had
fucking cry.
taken.
Yeah, she's
No, she does. Yeah, here,
I started to get tears in my eyes. It upset me so much. And my 11-year-old daughter listens to this radio station. Never again will she listen to this. And I want to read. I looked up the song, and I looked up the lyrics, and I read the lyrics.
Okay. Oh my god. Oh, fuck.
Let's go.
She's crying. That's not okay, bro. Okay.
And she's crying as good poetry.
Yeah, that just means the beat slapped enough.
Stuff is on the radio.
Oh my god.
Vince Staples watches. He's like, I made a hit.
Yeah,
He goes, I made a hit.
I'm sorry. I've got to collect myself because this is what our youth is being subjected to.
We're being fucking corrupted, motherfuckers.
I mean, I've listened to Lil Baby, all those guys. I haven't once felt the urge to go shoot somebody.
Yeah, but like, dude, what if like people are having the same reaction to our TikToks too? They're like, "This is on my daughter's For You page."
Well, that's how we got shadow banned.
Yeah.
Some 10-year-old boy was watching this and his mom was like looking over his shoulder. Is that Jake Paul's ass? Yeah. Jake Paul's ass cannot be on your phone. Yeah. Timmy.
Okay, and I'm going to read it to you.
Read it.
And I want you to just listen to the words.
We will.
And I'm telling you that
Okay, let me just say though, this is like reading a joke out loud versus saying it. Saying the joke is like a little bit more fucked up than like,
You know what the funniest thing about
Yeah.
this is that somebody clipped this video with the North beat on it. We'll show that after. And cause she reads the lyrics, right? So they
No.
so they made a remix. They made it.
Did it work?
Yeah,
Like, did
no,
it-
yeah. We'll play after this.
some of this I'm going to cuss. I'm just going to repeat what it says. But these aren't my words, obviously. I just want you to listen to it, okay?
Don't believe it.
All right. Okay. It's a little long, so bear with me.
Fucking hit that shit, Karen.
It says, "Bitch, you thirsty? Please grab a Sprite. My Crip's lurking.
Hey.
Don't die tonight. I just want to dance with you,
Yeah.
baby. Just don't move too fast. I'm too crazy. Man down the Ave,
She's
And get
reading it
shaded.
Like poetry, too.
take a nigga mind off that.
Damn, okay.
We can dip.
Okay, listen.
Fuck in the
Listen
whip.
now, okay? I can't be mad at that because she said nigga the right way. I was like, damn, it came off the tongue like molasses. I was like, okay, she been with it.
Low key, she's just like doing this like a publicity stunt, but she really has like her like beat pad down there.
Yeah, bitch, you thirsty? Please grab it right. My green lurking, don't die tonight.
Hey, wait. Keep this playing, Kai.
Yeah.
Fuck in the whip. Slide right back in the function. One wrong word. Start bustin'. Put that on my Yankee hat. I'm a gangster crip. Fuck gangster rap. Where the ladies at?
Oh, here it
Where
comes.
the hoes? Where the bitches? Every real nigga know the difference.
Big fat.
Bandana brown, like the dope daddy, shooting in the kitchen. Real Nerf side nigga, never went.
As she's saying this, all she's thinking is like the memory of her kid running around with a Nerf gun all day.
well, it's actually supposed to be North. Like, she says Nerf, but it's actually supposed play
To Polly, Wilson,
remix.
or Cabrilla, cocaine color of acrylo. I don't even know if I pronounced that right. T-scrap moving for the D-Lo, what he know. Then that was the first verse. This is
She knows
the
the
main
verses.
chorus.
You know
Says,
that.
I ain't never ran from nothing but the police. From the city where the skinny carry strong heat. Nerf side,
Yeah.
Long Beach. Nerf side, Long Beach.
Nerf side.
Nerf side.
Nerf side,
Yeah.
Long Beach.
All right, play the remix. Okay, and then the horrible people of YouTube have remixed Angry Christian Lady.
They call her Angry Christian Lady?
Yeah.
Just Karen. We'll call her Karen.
Yeah.
Wrong word, start bustin'. Put that on my Yankee hat. I'm a gangster crip, fuck gangster rap. Where the ladies at? Where the hoes? Bitches.
You know she 100% saw this on Facebook later that day.
I
got this one has more views
This one's got 1.3 million views.
You know it, 'cause it goes hard.
Color of acrylo. I don't even know if I pronounced that right. T-scrap.
She said, "Fuck a beat, let me go acapella."
Okay, knowing social media, she definitely got signed right after.
100%.
They gave her own album. It's called Karen's album.
She
Yeah.
got her own bottle of alcohol and shit like that. She's
She like see
balling
in the
now.
back. She has her platinum record.
She got big old chains. Yeah, now she's she's signed with Vince.
Yeah, dude, that's great. Alright, yeah, that's a great one to end on right there. Fucking Christ, man.
Yeah, Karen rapping. So do you think one day you'll be like Karen?
I'm hoping.
Yeah, well,
I'm
one
praying.
day will the Karens of the world be hating on your music like that.
That's what I want. That's
Yeah.
all. That's all I'm wanting.
What song should we throw on for the outro?
Well, we'll just play. I'll just add an MP3.
We're just okay. So where can they
song
find
would
you,
you like?
Deontay?
SoundCloud mostly, but it's coming out on Spotify, all streaming services.
Yeah.
You just look up Marcus Owens, and I'm there.
What's your Instagram tag?
Might be Marcus Owens.
Cool.
Okay, and like as we get bigger, this podcast is just a very beginning of this, but we want to make it bigger and bigger and bigger. We want to be able to blow people up that we believe in. You're coming back over and over again. I hope if you want to, you know.
Man, I appreciate that. Of course, I'm trying to come back. This is crazy.
Dionte
This is
got
like
invited to the stew.
I'm proud of all my homies in here right now.
Yeah.
Like this is crazy. Like you got everybody on this. Like this is it's not a dream anymore. Like this is real life. Like you're doing this as real life. And
Well, yeah,
that's
and like coming in, like I mean, like I hit you up, you know, like
you know, you probably like weren't expecting this, right? Like
No, I wasn't at all. I was like,
we're
no
just like,
way.
there's an iPhone sitting in the middle of us. We're holding it like this so they can record all the audio from all the show.
Yeah, man. Thank you so much. We can't wait to grow with you, and you know you're gonna grow right alongside with us.
Yeah, and anyway,
Let's do
Trailer Gang, make sure you guys, you know, just leave reviews.
Oh,
leave
yeah.
reviews on Apple Podcasts. We have 151 ratings. That's gone up since last time.
Hey.
151 ratings on Apple Podcasts. We're getting all of our listeners up. Run it up. Show your friends. Let everybody know like what's going on. What we're talking about. We're talking about relevant things. You guys want to be listening to this. Everybody wants to hear it. We gotta get the words of the people, man.
Let's do it. And you can find the visual form on the Sync podcast now. If you go to our main channel, it will be right on the right side of it. If you're on desktop, sorry, yeah. So you can just look up the Sync podcast. It's also in our Instagram bio. Thank you so much, guys.
Wait.
What?
Hey Google, play North North by Vince Staples.
Yeah, you holding the Google?
North
That's
by
crazy.
Vince Staples.
That's crazy.
Here it comes. This shit
Playing
about to
on
bang.
YouTube Music.
A little ominous. What is your guys' gang? Trailer gang?
Trailer Gang.
Trailer gang. I'm messing with it. Trailer gang.
Grab a Sprite.
Alright, peace, motherfuckers.
Out,